Hi, it's Joanne, and we're watching The Acolyte, Season 1, Episode 2, Revenge/Justice. I'm very excited for another episode. I love the first one. A reminder that you can find the unedited version of this reaction on my Patreon, and let's go. Because it's bold to come into a temple with lots of Jedi around.
Attack me with all your strength.
She's a bit busy, actually. Do you have a way through this? I mean, at this point it might be time to alert people that there is an intruder. Yep. There are knives on the floor. So she had to give up on that particular attack.
Even if her sister was alive, May would not have the training to defeat a Jedi Master.
How do you know that?
They could be working together.
Don't let fear affect your judgment.
Don't let attachment affect yours. It's like healthy views on attachment. They have to consider that Usha might be involved.
Usha has a twin sister.
Her name is May.
But
she was presumed dead 6
we can assume she's innocent and treat her well, but
I believe
don't completely disregard it.
Take Usha with you. She could be an asset.
Does she get a choice? Though she would want to come and investigate her sister too.
Like every Jedi, he only thinks he's found peace. What he really needs.
It is very interesting to see this other side of people who don't like the Jedi and don't approve of them. I mean, at this point, they are a peaceful force. They're not like an army as they will become for the Clone Wars, but...
Absolution.
It wouldn't bode well for either of us if you told him about this.
Of course.
I'm very intrigued about who the Master is and he's got not just her under his sway.
The only way to explain all of this. She must have survived somehow.
What do you know of what her survival on that night?
What happened that night wasn't your fault, Soul.
What happened that night? I want to see you.
That. And I wasn't a very good student.
Perhaps I wasn't a very good teacher.
Jedi aren't good at knowing how to deal with big, strong emotions. They hide from them.
To another open investigation.
Oh, she's attacking right now while they're here. Good timing or bad timing?
But your past still haunts you.
His weakness is that his piece isn't all the way through.
Master Talbot hasn't spoken to anyone in over 10 years.
But he will speak to me.
It would be a good thing for us to go in there right now.
I offer.
Oh my goodness.
I've been waiting for you, May.
So he knew she was alive. Does she sense something?
We thought we were doing the right thing.
What happened? I need to know. And he just took the poison like it was nothing instead of confessing his crimes. And I just turned Do Not Disturb on. So sorry if you have my phone. He just took the poison like it was nothing instead of confessing. She's close. No signs of a struggle. He took it willingly.
There are no signs of struggle.
He had something he was ashamed of.
This poison willingly.
I've seen no signs of May.
Any suggestions?
You might catch one of the accomplices.
Back to the ship for questioning.
Or we skip that, and she just talks to him.
He won't know the difference.
We can send her a record and monitor the conversation. That way, we have a lead on May. Plus, we also
Smart young Padawan.
Hello.
Oh. Hello.
Mm-hmm.
Hi.
That's not how May would start this conversation.
You killed Torben without the poison. He will be so pleased.
Yeah, we're getting extra info.
Go.
Wait. Hold on.
Back away.
Well done.
Where's May?
Oh, sure.
Hold on.
We know you supplied May.
We will consider letting you go with a warning.
Okay, thank you.
He clearly knows more than he's letting on.
Do the memory wipe thing, or like her, with what they need. For
He's acting
greatness.
well,
Well, maybe you
because
can
he
supply
seems
us
to be
with
far
the
more
truth.
aware of the master than
Who
they're
is he?
acting.
I thought he was with you.
Doesn't make.
All I know
I don't buy you
is that
this.
she wants revenge on 4 Jedi.
Like, the way he was talking with May, it would seem as
When
though
I get to her.
Oh, I must face her alone.
she's my
Brought me here.
she's her sister.
We both knew this.
This is grief. Let it go.
It's not how
You are
grief
not my master.
works.
I deserve justice.
You want revenge. Look what revenge has done to your sister.
See, what does
I
May
couldn't
want
save
revenge
my
for?
children.
Indara,
Mm-hmm.
Torben, Kelnaka, and you.
Mm-hmm.
She wants to kill you.
That could have been aimed at his heart. Let's talk about this, May. Maybe you could verbalize the reasons you're angry with him and then I could learn from them.
You attack me without a weapon. Why?
Some weird proof to her master that she's capable of killing a Jedi without a weapon. Let's talk about this. The mark on her forehead is pretty telling. I'm sure, if you know what it means. I don't know why I said it was pretty telling, but you know, it's a clue.
You couldn't tell me who he is even if you wanted to.
Get out of my head, Jedi. My sister is dead!
Osha is alive.
Mm-hmm.
You lie!
So they both
He speaks the truth.
thought the sister was dead. See, Osha might actually be able to get some answers from her if she's genuinely still...
You are under arrest.
Let your weapons down and surrender.
I don't think that's gonna work, sweetheart. She knows how to create a distraction. Maybe it would have been better if Osha had been the one to confront her. What is the history
I've
between
lost
them?
visual.
Shout her name. You can't... Oh. Ooh.
Oshi?
What happened that night? Did she sort of subconsciously miss on purpose? So it's only a stun gun, right? Oh, I need to know everything that happened between them.
But we know where she's going next. We must
We
move.
don't make decisions like this without meaningful discussion, Soul. We will see.
It is one of the frustrations of the Jedi, but I do also think it is good to have an Overwatch, you know, people making sure that there aren't just Jedi off doing rogue things, but at least send a warning to her likely next target.
And go where?
Kofar.
What the hell's Kofar?
A relaxing forest retreat in the Outer Rim, where the Wookiee Jedi lives.
You found Kelnaka?
Interesting. So did a Jedi crash land here and he's stuck? Okay, so May didn't know Osha was alive as well. That's something I don't know, I kind of just assumed she knew Osha had gone with the Jedi, been taken by the Jedi, however she might view it. So that's fascinating. I cannot wait until, surely at some point we're going to get some kind of flashback to that night, or at least someone talking about that night. What happened? Because obviously their home burnt down, their village burnt down, all of their family died. May believed Osha died. Osha believed May died, and Osha also believes May started the fire. And it seems like May was the troubled child, the troubled twin. And I just need to know what May's anger at the Jedi is. Is it simply they came and they were like, hey, Force-sensitive kids, come with us, and then May started a fire, and then everyone died, and now she's like, fuck the Jedi, and the Master, like, exploited that? Or does she think the Jedi started the fire? Now, Torben, I think was his name, Mr. Meditation, he was like, I've been waiting for this day. He knew she was out there and thought she would come. That is interesting, because I believe Sol when he says he didn't know May was out there. But maybe that's wrong to do. Maybe the Jedi always knew she was out there, but she'd proven herself a liability, someone that they didn't think was right to train in the Force, so they just said, oh no, your sister's dead. Come along, Osha. I don't know, but I'm fascinated and I cannot wait to learn more about what happened that night, the ins and outs of it all. Because May seemed very affected by the idea that Osha was out there, and then when she saw her, it stopped her in her tracks. This murderous young woman who has been going through the galaxy, determined nothing can stop her on her path. She hesitated, and if Osha hadn't also, I think, subconsciously missed, she'd have been stunned and mission over. Jedi captured her. So it shows you that these sisters still have the enduring bond. Osha is filled with rage for May. May is, I think, just also grappling with the wonder that she's alive. I suppose part of why Osha hasn't been so like, oh my god, May's alive, is because she kind of blames her for killing everyone. So I really hope we get a real explanation of what happened that night at some point soon. Whether it's a brief flashback, a long flashback, an entire episode, I don't care, but I want to know what happened, because it's going to play such a big part of, do I understand May's hatred towards the Jedi? Because as much as the Jedi as an organization is something we all like and look up to, there will have been bad Jedi, as there will have been bad of everything. And the Jedi definitely didn't handle a lot of things perfectly. But does she have a valid reason to be angry that was then warped by this mysterious master figure? Or did the master figure just take a vulnerable girl and fill her with this hatred? Similarly, just what happened? Osha thinks May did it, and I suppose in some ways when May did it and also died, you'd feel like it's harder to just hate her because she's also dead, but now that she's alive, I'm just so fascinated by it, and I cannot wait to get more details. I really enjoy our little motley crew as well. Sol seems to truly care about his Jedi, about his Padawans, especially Osha, I guess because he was there when he found her. It's so fascinating to me because the Jedi are like, no attachments bad, but they have them left, right and center throughout all time. All they needed to do was train their people how to deal with attachments instead of just acting like magically they were never going to happen, and 99% of the problems wouldn't have happened, in my opinion. I'm being a little bit glib, but it wouldn't have happened. But I think it's interesting to see how he cares. I love Daphne Keane. Oh my god, I've got my brain fog. I love the young Padawan as well. And then the guy who was in Arrow and You, I looked him up. It's just seeing this little crew, and then Osha, who doesn't really fit in because she used to be a Jedi, but she couldn't control her anger and her grief, understandably. And also, I don't think the Jedi are very good, like, grief counselors. They seem to be like, just let it go, it's in the past, which I don't think helps much. But her kind of she could, in some ways, it must be so surreal because she could just slot right back in, start like acting like a Padawan and doing what Sol tells her to, and then there's the other part of her that's like, well, no, I can actually just do what I want. I don't have to listen to you. So it's going to be very interesting to see how they all approach it. Frustrating that the Jedi Council wants to go and have a little deliberation about it before they do anything, but I actually agree with that. I don't think it would be a bad idea to have Sol and his ship start heading towards the likely next target. But them acting kind of without further approval, this is a huge conspiracy. Like, the situation isn't small, it's huge. There is someone out there trying to murder Jedi, and they have been trained by somebody to use the Force. This is something the Jedi Council does need to look into. You can't have rogue operatives just deciding everything, but I think just telling them just don't do anything is also a mistake as well. So yeah, fascinating episode. I can't wait to learn more about this. I just want to sink my teeth into all the backstories. Reminder that you can find the unedited version of this reaction on my Patreon, and thank you so much for watching.